Hello, brilliant learners! You know when someone asks, what time will you be there? And you're like, around 7-ish? Yeah, we all do it. In this video, I'm breaking down all those little words and phrases, kind of, sort of, about, around, give or take, more or less, that help you sound natural when you don't have an exact answer. Let's dive in. Money. About, around. If you're not sure about the exact price, these words let you estimate without overthinking. I spent somewhere around 30 on groceries. Approximately 30, a bit more or less. The total for dinner was somewhere around 60, roughly 60, but not precise. Or so. Use or so when you want to give yourself some wiggle room with numbers. It's $20 or so. The bill was 100 euros or so. The repair costs $200 or so. Approximately 200, maybe a little more or less. Time. About, around. These are your go-to words when you're estimating the time but don't want to be exact. The party starts around 8 p.m. The next lesson is about 4 p.m. or so. Use or so when you want to leave room for a little extra or less. I'll need 10 minutes or so. It will take 30 minutes or so. Sometime, someday. Use these when you're talking about an unspecific point in time. Let's meet sometime this week. Someday I'll travel to Europe. Ish. Stick this on the end of a time when you want to be vague but friendly. I'll be home by 6-ish. Probably around 6, but not sure. Let's leave at 7-ish. Things. Thingy, stuff. These words are lifesavers when you can't think of the exact name. Pass me that thingy over there. We talked about work and stuff. Whatever. Perfect for sounding laid back and open to options. You can come around 6 or whatever works for you. Write about your hobbies or whatever interests you. Opinions. Sort of, kind of. Use these to soften your statement or make it sound less direct. It's sort of hard to explain. He's kind of tired today. More or less. Say this when something is mostly true, but not 100% true. I agree with you more or less. The instructions are clear more or less. Descriptions. A bit, a little. Perfect for downplaying how you really feel. I'm a bit busy right now. It's a little chilly outside. Ish. Add this to describe something that's not quite one thing or the other. Adjective. The soup is salty-ish. It's a bit salty, but not too much. The place looks cleanish. The weather is warmish today. Her tone was friendly-ish, but you could tell she was annoyed. She has a beachy, boho-ish style. Her style is similar to boho, but not exactly. It's close to it. Measurements. About, around. Quick way to estimate distances or amounts without being exact. It's about 10 miles from here. The meeting lasts around 2 hours. Roughly, approximately. These sound slightly more formal, but still mean I'm guessing. The essay should be roughly 300 words. There are approximately 100 people on the team. Like, kind of, for when you're estimating but don't want to sound too serious. The movie was like 3 hours long. It felt endless. It's been like 30 degrees outside all day. It's so hot. The bag weighs kind of 5 kilos. Numbers and quantities, about, around, great for giving rounded numbers. There were about 50 people at the party. I've been working for around 3 years. I have about $20-ish left or so. Add or so to give an approximate number and keep it casual. He's 20 years old or so. It'll take 10 minutes or so. Give or take. Use these for numbers when there's some flexibility. It's 3 kilometers away. Give or take. The work is 30 minutes. Give or take. A couple, a few. These are perfect for small quantities. I'll be ready in a couple of minutes. Just hang on. I've got a few ideas to share. Feelings, ish. Use ish to describe feelings that aren't strong but still there. I'm feeling happy-ish today. She's feeling sick-ish. She's not fully sick but not quite feeling great. Either, kind of, sort of. Use these when you want to express a vague or softened version of a feeling. I'm kind of frustrated with how things turned out. I'm kind of excited about the trip, but also nervous. She's sort of mad at me. She's a little mad, but not fully angry. Colors-ish. Perfect for describing colors that aren't clear-cut. His shirt is reddish. I'm thinking of going blondish, but not too light, you know. Her eyes are greenish, but more on the hazel side. I've got bluish eyes, but they change depending on the light. Calculations. Roughly, approximately. Great for when you're doing quick math in your head. The total is roughly 250. The current global population is approximately 8 billion people. Mount Everest is approximately 8,849 meters tall. Give or take. Use this when your calculation might not be spot on. It's 10 miles, give or take. The room measures 15 square meters, give or take a little. There are 50 participants, give or take a few. Ballpark, literal meaning. A ballpark is a stadium or field where baseball games are played. We went to the ballpark to watch the game. Figurative meaning. A ballpark refers to an approximate or rough estimate of something, often used in casual conversations. It suggests that the number or figure is not exact but gives a general idea of the range. It typically follows the pattern of phrases like in the ballpark of or ballpark figure. Can you give me a ballpark on how much this will cost? Asking for an approximate cost estimate. The project will take ballpark 2 to 3 weeks to complete. Giving an approximate time frame. I'm not sure about the exact price, but 1000 is a ballpark figure. I'm not sure of the exact number, but it's in the ballpark of 500. Could you ballpark the time it will take to finish this report? Informal use of ballpark as a verb, asking for a rough estimate. Age, ish. This one's super flexible. You're saying it's close but not exact. She's 30-ish, around 30 but not exactly. He's 50-ish, around 50, maybe a little younger or older, around about. When you want to give a ballpark figure, this one works great. I'm around 25 years old, about 25, not exactly. He's about 40, around 40, give or take a couple of years. Give or take. She's 30, give or take. Maybe a bit younger or older, but around 30. He's 45, give or take. Roughly 45, could be a year or two off. Almost, nearly. This one's used when you're close to a certain age, but you're not quite there yet. She's nearly 60, close to 60, but not quite. To wrap it up, approximations like ish, about, around, and or so are super useful for keeping conversations casual and flexible, whether you're talking about time, money, feelings, or even age. These expressions help you sound more natural and less rigid. So next time you're unsure, throw one of these approximations in and keep things flowing. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.